It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, canceling David Mamet. This is truly fucked up. Mamet enjoys the reputation of being one of America's greatest playwrights. I prefer Sam Shepard and Tennessee Williams myself, but there is no denying that Mamet has created an awesome body of work. Sexual Perversity in Chicago, American Buffalo, Glengarry Glen Ross. Quick aside, Glen Ross is so culturally iconic that The Simpsons essentially made one of the characters, Shelley Levine, into a recurring presence on the show. The nervous and desperate failed salesman, Old Gil. In his plays, Mamet raises American English street vernacular into near poetry, and he uses a lot of awesome cuss words, just like me. His characters are well-developed, strong stuff into which actors can really sink their teeth. His reputation is well-deserved. But a little over a decade ago, he took a right-wing turn, and it's like, well, okay, that's his right, but he consciously made a spectacle of it, hitting all the right-wing talk shows to chat up his new politics, something he never did as a liberal. I've got to note here that his ideological shift happened when Obama was in the White House, paralleling how self-identified conservatives freaking out about a black guy in the Oval Office started moving into right-wing extremism. So, is he a racist? Well, I don't know, but it stands to reason. And watching some of those interviews he did with John Stossel and Glenn Beck back then on YouTube, it's just totally obvious reading between the lines that he's one of those guys who's like, oh, I'm so tired of those pushy liberal assholes in New York and Los Angeles. I think I'm going to be a conservative now. So, like a teenager reading Ayn Rand for the first time, he jumps in head first with absolute certainty, even though it's pretty clear that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Try being a liberal in Texas, Mr. Mamet. But I didn't know how bad he had gotten until the pedophile thing. What pedophile thing, you may ask? Mamet recently appeared on Fox News' Mark Levin show and proclaimed all teachers to be pedophiles, whether they realize it or not, and that's why they enter the profession. Sounds like he's gone full QAnon. It's time to cancel the fucker. And this really gets to the heart of what it's all about with what conservatives sneeringly refer to as cancel culture. It's not about the work. It's not about freedom of speech. His plays are still good, although author's intent is now severely problematic. No, it's about the person and the role he plays as a prominent American and the face of the American theater. Theater is about exploring and elevating the human condition. His plays might still do that, but he, the man, does not. Indeed, Mamet appears to do the opposite of elevating the human condition, and he is running his mouth about it. If you're quoting far-right economists like Friedman and Hayek, if you brand all teachers pedophiles, whether they know it or not, you not only don't understand the human condition, you are actively working to degrade the human condition. I'd be surprised if he's still capable of even writing authentic-seeming characters. He's ruined himself. This man can no longer be a leader. He must no longer be celebrated. He is a vile man. He's Pete Rose now. He's Leni Riefenstahl. American culture must demote him into obscurity. And for that matter, I must admit that This is personal to me. I have spent most of my life in the American theater. Its decency and continual celebration of humanity has been stained by David Mamet. It is the only institution in this country with which I still feel any connection. I feel like he's pissed on my face. Fuck David Mamet. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe.